Well, hello. It is me, Austin. I'm kidding. I'm not Austin. But this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be making a video on something else that is not related to another game. Well, not rhythm game, another rhythm game, and it's not related to that. I'm instead today going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club for like the first time. And I've just been watching YouTube videos lately, and I was watching the Monica, uh, the whole Monica scene where you talk to Monica, the mod. But I just thought maybe it would be interesting for me to actually play the game itself, and then maybe afterwards um, I can then maybe do the Monica mod, where you actually talk to Monica after the game. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's move this. I have it right here. Okay. And, this is where I hope to God that, I won't get scared to death. Who knows? I might just die a bit inside. Bring that down a bit. Because I kind of want you guys to actually hear me, but also hear the game. Because my mic is, like, very quiet if you haven't noticed. So I kind of have to put it very, very close to my mouth. Soon I will get a new mic and headset, and I will sound way, way better, I promise. But, for now, this is going to be one of the first videos where I'm actually going to be reading dialogue out loud, and I think I do pretty good reading out loud, because, I liked, reading out loud when I was in school. Well, I am still in school, but I'm on break now, and so I can get these videos out faster. So maybe I can like do somewhat of just 1 hour video each episode, depending on how much I get through the game. So yeah, let's start it. And by the way, I've not started this game yet, although I did open it just so this, yeah. Oh my god. This is the first time I am ever going to be playing this game. Yeah. Okay, I've watched videos of it, but I've never played it myself. And you know what? It's time to make a new game. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it didn't let me put my name down. Maybe... Oh yeah, I already did. I didn't go very far, and I was like, oh wait, let me actually like make a somewhat of a series off of this, and I'm just like, I already put my name in, so I thought maybe doing a new game it would, make me go ahead and change my name. Anyway, hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but with on days like these, kids like you. But starting around high school, we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! By the way, I'm going to do my best to try and do voices for these characters, so bear in mind with me. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only oh, shit. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Probe. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Probe, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Saori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a nit in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. By the way, I think this character somewhat has my, I think he somewhat has my personality, because this is actually exactly how I would act in this situation. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is an ordinary one as always, and it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Saori wants me to check out some more clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Saori? Saori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Ow. Ow. Oh, I just did something to my leg. Okay, continuing. Saori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Saori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Saori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I forgot about that line. I dejectedly follow Saori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year in classes activities. Saori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Hi. Saori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You're not a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Pro, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I forgot how she knows me. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sore attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. They always have the same voice, for me anyway. It's great to see you again, Probe. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other, well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Can I hit the space bar? I can. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Pro. We made a room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Tea. Yes, love tea. It better be sweet tea or else I'm gonna kill you, Sayori. I mean, not Sayori. I mean, fuck. The girls have a few desks, not discs. Why do they have discs? I don't know why. Desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Try? Excuse me, I don't think that's try, person. Tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! That's what I think she would, like, do. But that's just me. Oh! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. We're gonna eat cats. I was gonna sell one to the Japanese. Nope, not the Japanese, the Chinese. And we were gonna get food, but we haven't done that yet. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Yes, it's her quirk. Well, just hurry and take one. Before they run out, Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Okay, this I would not do. This I would not do at all. I would just, Actually, no, you're right. I would do that. I actually remember now. I once did that at, one of my friends' parties at school. And I remember just me looking at the cupcake, turning around. And I was just like, where do I want to eat this from? Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Blight. I bite down, The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? I can't speak. Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. but not for you. You know, you dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Well, I can't say I've ever... I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. What you made you consider the... So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? How could you... You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the banded budget. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get to literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all their effort to start something brand new. I guess you have a point there, Monica. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best.
You know it. Yeah, know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Oh. I hope I didn't skip text there. I accidentally double tapped my, yeah. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Pro, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. Yes, yes, I like manga. Yes. I'm totally not lying. Don't be mad at me. No, don't be mad. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Yuri? Yes, Yuri. Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Or throw you out the window like I like to do? You know, I like to throw people out the windows. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp on something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. No, she's having a conversation with the rock. You know, the rock. You know? Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Now, fun fact, when I read, if I see something that is maybe like interesting in a book, then I'll read that. But I think one of my favorite subjects in a book is science fiction, or no, genre. The genre of the book, science fiction. I like science fiction because I read a whole book of someone who was able to see the paths of other people from years ago or present. And then with the help of a friend, they were able to actually see, they were actually able to interact with the past, which I think is insane. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, what's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back.
Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori's... I feel like that's supposed to be slides, but it's like sidles. I don't know, I'm gonna say slides. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. In a weird way.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them Why don't you share them sometime? I have marble mouth.
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Hold on, let me turn down my volume on my headset. I actually can barely hear. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look puzzledly at Monica. I'm gonna say that because it's easier, whatever. Let's all go home and write a poem for our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think we'll all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Probe? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Probe. You all... I'm defenselessly, yes, I'm defenselessly against girls, yes. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. What is wrong with this character? He's such a simp, I just realized. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Probe, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Probe, since we're already here, do you want to talk home together? Do you want to talk home? Yes, I want to talk you home. Do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day of school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will come and find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so the first one is, marshmallows. I love marshmallows. She likes marshmallows. Chocolate. Okay, apparently I'm going for you. Let's see. Bed? Does that mean like something about sleeping? Color. Okay, that's Natsuki. I mean, that's Natsuki. Sayori. Shiny. Okay, apparently I'm going for the Natsuki route. Let's go for Judgment. Okay, that's, Yuri. Headphones? Electricity. Okay. Broken, fireworks, pure. Treasure. Milk. Well, let's say this about death. Yes, apparently. Oh no. That's foreshadowing. That's foreshadowing. Oh no. I don't want to hit this one. I already know who's gonna perk up. Actually, no, I think it's gonna be. I think it would be her, but. Jesus. A cage? Okay. let's go for insight. Okay. Agonizing, giggle, breath, flee. Let's go for determination, of course. What? I'm an Undertale channel. What do you expect? Well, not Undertale. I mean, I'm playing this game, but still. I like Undertale, and eventually, I might actually, like, stream Undertale. Oh, by the way, I will be streaming Undertale on my Twitch channel, Probe93SE25. So, if you want to go check me out there, I haven't uploaded in a while, mainly because I'm, like, super bored and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to stream, but I just thought, maybe I might stream Undertale. Because I mainly streamed, the other games, but maybe I might just be somewhat of a gaming YouTuber that is actually just better at one thing. But, you know, you never know. Anyway. I like fantasy. Anime. I guess swimsuit? I'm not sure. Depression! Yes, okay. Sugar. That's already gonna be you. Yep. Okay, apparently, like, I'm picking these mainly off of what I think, I would actually, like, make a poem about if I ever made one. I'm just picking these off of what I would make, so, and I'm apparently picking the tsundere. Let's go for disarray. Okay. Sticky! That'd be you, probably. You saw nothing. You saw nothing, okay? You saw nothing. You saw nothing, okay? Gosh dang it! I guess, okay. Well, I'm really thinking, by the way. This is me really thinking. Because I really don't know what to pick. Okay, fine, I like vanilla. Oh, gosh. Okay, hi, Monica. How you doing? I apparently chose Natsuki for my poem. Apparently, yeah, I didn't think that I would mainly choose Natsuki. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be, well, actually, I didn't even know which girls. I thought I was gonna go, like, all around, but apparently not. Anyway, hi again, Probe. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Probe. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature makes you into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like it deserves any slack. Sayori told me I love when someone knocks my door. Nobody knocked on my door, I'm just, like, tripping out. Okay, Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Wait, did I read that right? I probably didn't read that right. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Probe always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Ah, love it. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is all so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Probe can become really good friends too. Sayori. Huh? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Sayori. I wasn't thinking. You never think. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. For some reason, when I talk for this long, my mouth really starts to just get... It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Okay, he's somewhat like me, although the enthusiasm that he gives is not really me, in a way. I can give enthusiasm, yes, but that's only when I actually like things, and, I'm not an enthusiastic person, so. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Yes, it's being burned by a book. Her book is on fire. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperation sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her, in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Don't worry, I feel ya. If somebody messes with my stuff and they just put it in the wrong spot, I'm just like, okay, where the hell is my stuff? I want to know where this is. And what annoys me more is the glasses in the cabinet above above the counter. If somebody takes a glass from right in the middle, not from left to right, I would usually say from left to right with the glasses. If there's a glass there, I would take the farthest left one so I could continue the little snake path I'm making. But if somebody freaking takes one from right in the middle, takes it out, and then I see it, it's just like, who did this? I'm going to kill you now. And, I always got annoyed by that. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Okay. I think I know why most of my poem was for Natsuki now. Because I think I kind of relate to her. Natsuki slides a bunch... Okay, there you go, you actually spelled slides right. A bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Aha. Sometimes. Manga is one of... Manga? Yes, manga. We're putting manga in the manga. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm talking too much in between these lines. It's just a habit, okay? How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga, okay, gonna skip that word. A stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Look, I'm still in school, okay? I'm a freshman. What do you expect? Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it from my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Why did I just give her this voice? I know that feel. I get a closer look at the boxes set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. She sees it's a series I've never heard of in my life. Apparently, I sometimes can't read and speak out loud. You know how hard it is for me to even read and speak at the same time? I can read just fine, but reading and speaking at the same time is just my brain can't handle it. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Probe. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, look, I already know that. I already know the whole don't judge a book by its cover. But, yeah. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. Don't ask me why her voice just turned into this. I'm not exactly sure why I'm giving her this voice. It just kind of emerged. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking, animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window wheels. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like this. Eh? What's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches. Why the hell am I saying scotches? We're not making butterscotch pie here. Scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you even paying attention? I am, but nothing really has happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make it up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You'd think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really fun chapter where they're obsessed with a guy in an ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's still all kinds of drama. Like when they get into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there more to baking in this manga? Or is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's a manga. It's in manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Hi. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished up a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. Also, I'm gonna get more scared when the jump scares start to kick in. Because I have a big TV sitting right in front of me. And the thing is, I don't have a desk. So I'm like sitting on the floor directly in front of the TV. So when the jump scares kick in, I'm gonna get even more scared. Because it's like right in front of me and I'm sitting really close to the TV. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who won't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Huh? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Oh, well, shit. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Why did I say it? Okay. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it up in my room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You know. You always feel a little bit bad for her, since she's so unlucky. But it gets unexpected, especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish that chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her unusual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, whom is a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little bit to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready for today's poems?
Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we're having a good time. We're having enough time, you know? Yeah, I'm a cowboy. Don't ask. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Eh? Ah! Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's got to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Oh, alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Oh god. By the way, I don't really care if I'm slurring words anymore or if I mess up something. I'm just gonna skip over it. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much of the inspiration since I've really done nothing like this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Now, mainly because of I don't want to leave Monica out for anything. I might as well choose Monica first. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know what I'm putting in. If I'm putting in effort, I'm going to put in my own words because I don't give a shit. Hi, Probe. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. To be honest, I'm kind of the same way. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Probe. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's sort of a barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Probe. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Yep, I went on more of the Natsuki side. Shit. Okay. Oh, jeez. No. This kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but you don't think about them. They can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see.
So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I see why it would be kind of your poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. And again, I chose all those from just me liking it. I didn't choose all of that to try and be on Natsuki's side. I just chose it out of pure spite. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find kind of style that suits you. How long have I been streaming or videoing? Let me check. Oh, I've almost done it for an hour now. All right. Maybe for like a few more minutes, and then that's when I'll go ahead and, do that. I'll go ahead and end the first episode. Yeah. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, jeez, sorry. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Or hole in wall. Okay. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Searching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Now there is a reference. There is foreshadowing to how Monica is going to be in the future. So, what did you think? It's very free form, if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. It's been influenced my poems a bit. An empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make it any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your poem in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She sounds like a broadcaster. Okay, so because mine was apparently Natsuki related, I'm gonna choose Natsuki. Why not? Dot 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 question mark, yeah. Okay, we'll start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said.
Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Ark! Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
You're so... You're just... You don't understand anything, do you?
I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure it out if I win or lose. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss. That she liked my poem. In any case, you'll still need to show me yours, right?
Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't.
Eagles can fly. Okay? Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Nice poem.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all and stuff. Yes, gonna skip over that word because I apparently can't read it. Yes, I can't read. I am the one who writes literature. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of the poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening.
So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Who am I gonna leave for last? I'm sorry, Yuri. I mean, Sayori. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. Chapped lips and I hate it. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri bares her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit to the two together. The end result is that both the style and the impressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh gosh. She kind of writes in a bit of cursive. Ghost under the light. If it's okay, I'm gonna try and read this in my head. I'm not gonna read it out loud, so I'm just gonna read it in my head, okay? If that's fine. Huh. Okay. Sorry, it's just easier for me to read in my head with that type of handwriting than it is to read out loud with that handwriting, obviously. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Oh, pff. I was just talking about her handwriting and then she comments on it. Hold on. Are you guys hearing me in the game, or is this just like a thing that I accidentally just like did? I have a feeling it is. Also, I'm gonna save real quick because I have a feeling. Alright. Friday, December 20. Yeah. It's like really late. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We'll get through Sayori's poem, and then I'll go ahead and end the episode. How does that sound? What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very well. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Probe. Really? I must have totally missed that point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being some compared to a ghost.
lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left without nothing. Why did I say the same thing twice? Oops. That's a lot more. That's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I hadn't even think of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. And Sayori! This is a good poem, Pro. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Probe. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's just something that only really good people do. Also, don't ask why I keep changing their voices. It's just, for some reason, I just don't remember the voice I gave them. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Hold on. Okay, thought it was going to come up. The burp. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Alright. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of not bread. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yep, there it is. I want breakfast. Were you hungry when making this, Sayori? I think she was hungry when making this. She was really hungry. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or should I put it sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. To be honest, I only ever had breakfast like one time in my life, and that is in this house. And I'm not sure if I regret that or not. Mainly because my dad always wakes me up like really early, and I get ready, and like we always get to school like really early, so I can't really relate to that. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. Okay, and that is where I'm gonna be ending this episode here. Hopefully, I'm going to overwrite this. Hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed this video
with me messing up words every now and then, but I hope you like the voices and my narration that I'm giving. And of course, just the main story of this game. And, yeah. So I guess I will now be ending the video with this episode 1. So, how about we go to the main menu? Don't worry, I saved. And there we go. So, anybody watching this video, you have a good night or good day or good evening or whatever, whenever I actually post this video, and let's hope you have a good time, or good night, because it's actually like 11, as you can see there. So, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna eat something because I'm hungry, and go to bed. So, yeah, see ya.